Boo! Did I scare you? It's Halloween week. Birthright no more. Pitt says no to POTUS, and Farrell is not happy. You're watching Monkey News Sauce.
This is Monkey News Sauce with Tamra and Gordon. And now, Gordon Goodall.
Greetings.
Are you okay?
I am your father.
He is Darth Gordon.
Tamra, it's me. It's Gordon. It's Gordon Goodall.
Happy Halloween week, everybody.
Happy Halloween week. Where's your costume?
I'm wearing like witchy lace.
I thought we
And
were
I
doing
have
like a costume party.
pumpkins. Like my pumpkin?
Your lace pumpkin lady?
I decorated this. Isn't this beautiful? It's gold on the top. And then I even did this one. It says boo. Oh, yeah.
So you're a painter, not a carver?
I'm a painter, not a carver.
You're a painter, not a carver when it comes to...
Yes.
Well, you know, I just want to welcome everyone at home. It is Halloween week.
It is.
We had a little bit of a dispute with the costume thing.
Yes, I know.
I wanted to do a costume party.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Obviously.
And Arthur...
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Hi,
Thank you
Arthur.
for dressing up.
Yes, I am Kylo Ren.
Oh!
Oh.
Wait,
Wait,
what?
Hold on. That's Batman's
That bat
mask.
guy?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wrong mask.
Oh, no.
How'd you get the wrong mask?
I am
That's
so
all right.
sorry. I thought I was Kylo Ren. I have a very bad thing for Batman. I'm not going to be here.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
well, we're
let's not
gonna
talk about that.
we're not
How
getting
about,
that.
should we
Fine,
take all
fine.
masks
I'll take
off?
off
Is
my
that what
mask. That's
should
fine.
be
Let's all be
happening?
ourselves here.
Okay, let's all be ourselves.
Woo! All right. Woo! Happy Halloween
Happy
anyway.
Halloween week.
So happy Halloween week, and you know, it has been a crazy week.
It has.
So much crazy stuff going on, but you know what? We want to just try to keep it light this week
Let's keep it light.
because the world is in enough turmoil as it is.
I know.
Yes. And we have a wonderful guest this week.
I know.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
So you know, why don't you go ahead and throw to the guest package there, Arthur?
You want me to do the guest
Yes.
package?
Yeah, go ahead.
right.
Tell Keith to run the package. He'll run it for you.
All right. Keith, let's run the package on the star from High School Musical. Go.
Our guest tonight is an actor, comedian, singer, writer, producer, a true Renaissance man. He appears regularly on NBC's Today Show with Kathy Lee and Hoda in the Guys Tell All segment. And he performs his stand-up comedy at clubs all over the world. He can also be seen in the upcoming Woody Allen Amazon series Crisis in 6 Scenes and currently plays Mr. Duval in the Broadway musical Mean Girls. Please welcome to Monkey News Source, Mr. Rick Younger.
Dog, Rick Younger, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi,
That guy.
That's
He's
you.
done a lot.
That's you.
Rick Younger and Pumpkin.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful pumpkin.
Thanks for joining us, Rick.
We're so happy to have you here.
It's good to be here.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, you are what we call in the business a threat, and allow me to explain that.
Quadruple.
It's not like just one thing. You do so much, and you do it so well that I don't say triple threat. You're just a threat, my friend.
Oh,
Yes.
I like that.
In the best way possible.
Yeah, you know, but sometimes you got to specify. You know, as a black man in America, you just can't say I'm a threat.
Oh, okay. Let me specify. So you sing,
Let's say
You sing.
you dance,
I moves well.
moves well.
You write.
You sing,
You
you
write.
move well, you write,
Right.
you
Yes.
produce,
Stand
Yes.
up.
you do stand up,
Uh-huh.
you act,
Yes.
and you're a Broadway star.
Yeah, oh, speaking of which, I'm so excited. Next week, me and my mother, we're going to see your musical, High School Musical.
No, wait, it's not.
Wrong
it's
one.
the wrong one.
I'm not in high school. High School Musical isn't even on Broadway.
That's a different one.
But what are you talking about?
He's in
I'm
Mean
in
Girls,
a
which is
musical that takes place in a
Yes.
high school called Mean Girls, and I
Okay,
played the
wonderful.
principal.
Okay, listen, I've got so many questions. Tell me, first of all, and I've been dying to know this. I think we all have.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is Ashley Tisdale really as mean as her character,
You know,
Sharpay?
I mean, she's. It's not the musical, but I heard she's pretty damn mean. Okay, I don't know.
That's what I thought. Ashley Tisdale, just as mean as we all expected.
Answered questions answered. Can I just say one more time, Keith? Can you put his lower third back up on the screen?
Oh, yeah.
Because you have
Look
so
at
many
all that.
credits.
Look at you.
Your lower
Look at
third
you.
takes up
It
half
takes-
the screen. Actor, comedian,
See?
singer, writer,
I
producer.
work very hard and a
He
long
does.
time to be able to fill the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
It's amazing.
and we you know we have lots of questions
We have
for you.
lots of
So
questions.
let's proceed with our interview. And later on, Rick is going to be our very first ever cooking show host.
Can't wait.
For our new
really
segment called
excited
Cook
about
With.
Cook with.
We're very excited. We're going to do an autumn salad, I
Autumn
believe.
salad.
He
I can't
plays
wait to
Mr.
try
Cook
it.
With.
Oh Jesus,
Yes.
Arthur. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead with our interview. So Rick, so much to talk about, but
Yeah.
you know, on a personal note, I know you primarily from your stand-up.
Yeah.
From back in the day.
Yeah.
When I used to see you be hilarious in the stand-up stuff.
Okay.
And now you have the Rick Younger Show.
Yes.
So tell me, what is the Rick Younger Show?
The Rick Younger
and
Show
where can I see
is
it?
That's where I bring together all my worlds of comedy, music, sketch, improv. Basically, many years ago, I asked myself, if I had my own TV show, what would it be? And then I was like, well, why am I not doing it? Why am I waiting for a network to give me that opportunity? So,
Tell me about it.
You know, so I have a show where it's like I'm the host. I am the host of the show. But the Rick Younger of the Rick Younger Show is I guess, more hyper version of me. So he's very into himself. He has the Ricky wheel that he spins. Whatever the Ricky wheel lands on, we have to do. It has stuff like improv a song. Rick has to answer questions. Rick has to rap. I even put rap on there, and I'm not even a good rapper, nor do I like to rap. But I want to make it fun for everyone. We have dance breaks. We have trivia. I have my band. I sing with the band. The Rick Younger of the Rick Younger Show is so narcissistic that he would never have a musical guest when he could sing himself.
And what's the name of the band? Is it the Rick
The name
Younger
of my band is Love Bucket.
Oh, Love Bucket,
Yeah,
right.
we
right.
also have a love bucket that you can fill with money. So if you like something that you hear, you put a little something in a love bucket. But if you hear something you don't like, you do not take anything out of the love bucket. Once it's in the love bucket, it's how it is.
Once it is, you
Yeah.
can give love, but you cannot take
Yes, exactly.
from the bucket of love.
Give love.
Now, when you're doing your stand-up comedy, I'm so curious about the stand-up process
The
because
whole world. It's a whole nother world.
I am not a stand-up comic.
Right.
Right.
I don't think I have the guts to even dare do it, and mostly I don't think I'm a good enough writer.
Oh, yeah.
So like, where do you get most
What's
of
the
your material
process?
from?
Yeah.
Is it a
Well, for me,
walk me through the process, I guess. Of
For me,
developing
I'm a storytelling comedian, and I take a lot from life. Once I decided I was going to be a comedian, I just decided I would be a student of comedy in the sense of I would pay attention to what I say and do in real life that makes people laugh. I find that for me personally, I'm my funniest when I'm speaking from a place of passion. So when I'm talking with friends about stuff that's going on in the world and in my life, if I hear a laugh, if it seems like there's a certain sound, a certain type of laugh I hear, I'm like, that's something worth exploring. So for me, I wind up talking about race. I talk about family and being a father, and it goes into all kinds of things. And I just try to be open and truthful to who I am because we're constantly evolving. So it's like there was a time when I didn't curse at all in my act, and as I've gotten older, I don't know, I think it's a part of growing older where your censor kind of wears away. And so now it's like I may talk about stuff that's a little more racier, and but I'm not gratuitous. I just I'm very much into words and their meaning and how a specific word changes a joke or changes a story.
Yeah, you can just say it. You can throw a few words in there.
Yeah,
Change
and
the whole
also,
thing.
sometimes the words represent the feeling of the characters, not necessarily the feeling of the writer. You know what I'm saying? You're letting the characters help you write the story, because when you're acting out stuff, whether the character is you or it's for example, I have this. I tell a true story from my life about. This time I basically scared the hell out of a white woman with my mere black existence walking down the street.
Okay.
And I just kind of, so I talk about the feelings the unspoken feelings that I felt she must have had to be that afraid of me.
Interesting.
So the types of words that she uses, even if she never would use those words, are the words that come out of her mouth.
What kind of internal monologue do you feel like she would be having?
Well, like the N-word is a word that, is like, in order for you to be so afraid of me that you practically run and hide in the doorway of a building that is not yours,
Oh my gosh.
you must really think that I'm an N-word.
and that is now more than ever, I would
That's
imagine.
crazy.
Even more so. So, I mean, I guess your comedy career had led you to many different paths, one of which I have a big question about. The Today Show with Kathy Lee and Hoda.
Yeah.
I guess my first question is,
Yeah.
it's kind of silly, is the wine real?
The wine is real.
Are they
man.
really getting drunk on air?
I don't know if they're getting drunk, but they're drinking the wine.
They're tipsy, right?
That's so cool.
That's crazy.
It's
And-
like, it's real wine.
You guys, and you do. You're on the show, and you're an expert, like a guy. You guys are all
don't know
talking
if I'm
about
an
relationship
expert.
experts.
I'm like, I've made enough mistakes in relationships to be able to tell you what not to do. That's
Right.
how I look at it.
Interesting.
And I
Tell us-
also,
To tell us a mistake.
A mistake.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I mean, there's so many. I don't even know where to begin.
Well, something must pop to your head.
Let me see. Mistake.
What not to do.
Oh, what not to do.
Never call a woman sugar tits.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I learned that the hard way.
because sugar is so bad for you.
Right. Well, that's
Yeah,
one reason.
that's-
That's one reason why
One
not to call
reason.
people sugar tits.
So, you know,
I
speaking
know
of,
you think it's a compliment. She doesn't think so.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Right.
think it's sweet.
Yeah, like
Well-
sugar.
So, Rick, you know, we got so many more questions, and Tamara, I'm afraid we're almost out of time, right?
Almost, yeah.
So, let me just ask you about your big break on Broadway.
All right.
So, along comes Rick Younger.
Uh-huh.
He's hanging out.
Yeah.
Gets a phone call.
Yeah.
It's Tina Fey.
Oh, yeah.
What happens? Like, you're there, Tina Fey and you talking about the part. I mean, obviously it's an audition process or whatever,
Well,
right?
I mean, for me, when I went into the audition, I had to prepare a song and I had to do sides from the show. And when I showed up, you know, after a while, you kind of start seeing the same people around the city. So it's like when I went in, I was like looking for the other funny guys. You know, it's like we all kind of have those like, hey, when they call or looking for funny black guys, these are the guys I expect to see. I saw none of them there. So I was like,
Interesting.
oh, these guys are singers. And so it gave me a great sense of confidence about my ability to do the funny better than everyone else.
Wow, that's
Right.
awesome.
And I knew I could sing, so it was like I'm not threatened by being in a place with singers, especially if
Yeah.
I know I can more than cover the funny. And
Yeah.
it was like when I went in, I kind of forgot that Tina Fey was going to be in the room. So I go in there, and it was kind of like, oh, there's Tina Fey.
Right.
Okay.
Lauren
And that-
Michaels wasn't there, though, right?
No.
No,
Lauren
Lauren,
hasn't-
Lauren was not there.
no.
No.
That's incredible. And working with her, I mean, a lot of people hail her as a genius. And I guess, I mean, she's just prolific in her writing.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
you know, I don't use
much
the
a
term
genius.
genius a lot because I think, you know, even by definition, there are very few geniuses in a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So like right now, all the people that are called geniuses, it's mathematically impossible for all of them to be geniuses.
Right.
And we've reached a point now when someone's good at something, we
Just
just call them
it,
a
yeah.
genius.
Yeah.
Tina Fey is very good and a very hard worker. I think that, and I don't think that's anything to be I think you should be proud to say that I'm good at something and I worked hard to put myself at a level where I'm an icon. You know,
Right.
you know, and I say that, and I don't even, you know, I know a lot of people throw icon around. No, she is.
Yeah,
the
we
way
could
that
do that
all
for
the young
her.
girls that come there and what
yeah.
she means to them, and all of the young actresses and the young comedians and improv people around the city.
Right.
You know, so she truly is that.
Yes.
And she works hard because when we were developing the show, she was there every day. She had her laptop, and here she has a hit movie that she could just simply say, just use these
you do
words
it.
and throw
Right.
some music around it. She was there
And
trying
it's true.
to, you know,
And
she was,
her husband wrote the music
yes,
to it, right?
yeah. So she's working to update it to make it make sense for 2018 because the movie came out in 2004. She even up until like the last day, because you reach a point with Broadway shows where you have to freeze the show, and after that you can't do any changes to it. Which for an improv performance, kind of like
I
but
know, yeah.
you know, you just deal with what you got to deal with because that's, you know, this is the world I'm in. But up until the last day, she was still out there with that laptop
Wow.
coming up and working on stuff to perfect it.
That's
That's incredible.
And
That's
even
amazing.
now, I know that she wishes she could still,
Be there.
you know, still tweak stuff and change things. But she's like, it's like an equity rule.
Right,
Well,
it's
I just
done.
wanted to thank you ahead of time for bringing us all complimentary tickets to see the show.
Yeah.
We're
Wait on
excited
those.
about that.
Yeah.
No, you
And,
didn't do that, Gordon.
You know, we have so many. I just want to close on this one
Yeah.
question because now we're about to do our own version of breakfast time with you.
Breakfast
But
time.
Right.
you and many of our other guests have also worked with Ice-T.
Oh, yeah. On Law and Order.
Yes, Law and Order. Yes.
On the Law and Order.
Yeah.
Now,
I was
was
like,
that a
oh,
long
yeah,
time
yeah.
ago, the Law and Order with you and Ice-T?
It's been a while. It's been a while. So much so that I was like, oh yeah, I did work with Ice-T.
Right.
Fortunately, I've
What
had
a
the
life.
I've had the good fortune of working with good people. Like the first movie I was in was Morning Glory. I was working with Harrison Ford, Diane Keaton, and Rachel McAdams.
Wow.
As you saw in the promo, I did a series with Woody
That
Allen.
was my next question. What was
And-
he all about?
And
Yeah.
my scene was with Woody Allen and Elaine May. You know?
So do you get to hang out with him when that's happening?
Woody Allen's not really like a hangout kind of guy.
Yeah, that's what
but
I
you know,
hear.
he was around, he was there, and obviously he's directing it, so I had direct interaction with him.
Wow.
And you know, it's kind of funny. It's like one of the things that I've been saying to people lately, because I've found myself as I look back over my career, all these wonderful people I've worked with, yet still being at a point where even before Mean Girls opened, having that fear that it's, okay, something's going to happen and I'm not going to make it to Broadway, or they're going to throw me out of the show. And I'm like, man, I've spent far too much time in my career having wonderful things that I'm not enjoying because I don't think I belong.
Right.
But if you keep getting these opportunities, you keep being around these types of people, it's probably, not just probably, it's because you belong there.
Exactly.
So to someone else, I'm one of those types of people.
Yeah,
And
so if anybody
absolutely.
out there is listening, just believe in yourself and keep on going, and then like all your skill and then fate will all align.
It's weird because
It's gonna be okay.
I don't think that's something Rick needs to say.
No, I'm
I
saying-
think that's something I need to say
Well, I'm
about
saying
Rick.
it to the people watching if they are being inspired by Rick.
Right, because you have put in the hours, and you do
Yes.
do fantastic and fine work.
Well, thank you.
And we are
Thank you.
very, very happy to have a calibered, seasoned professional here on the show with us
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, you know, now I have a quick question. In terms of inspiration, who was more inspirational to work with, Woody Allen or excuse me, or Kenny Ortega?
Who's Kenny Ortega?
Kenny Ortega.
Kenny Ortega?
Who's that?
Who's
Well,
Kenny
he,
Ortega?
He was the director of the original High School Musical.
Jesus Christ.
Did he also create the Ortega taco?
No, I wouldn't be surprised because, like you said,
He's prolific.
probably not a genius, but he works very hard.
Okay, fine. So you know what?
I mean, I'm going to give it to Kenny because of the delicious Ortega tacos.
Okay, yeah.
A man after my own heart.
There we are.
Thank
So
you.
thank you once
Well,
again to
yes.
Rick Younger. You know, we're completely out of time on the rest
we
of our
are.
interview. So
gonna-
Rick's going to join us right now for our new segment called Cooking With. So please stay tuned for that. All right. Well, welcome to Cooking With, our very first cooking segment. And who are we cooking with today, Tamra?
Rick Younger.
All right, Rick Younger. Check it out. Broadway's
Hey,
own.
Rick.
Broadway's own. I
Broadway's
belong
own
to
Rick
Broadway,
Younger.
and Broadway belongs to me.
Yes.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
I feel so fabulous to be back in the kitchen. You know, as you guys know, I have my own breakfast show. That's right, BREFFUS.
That's pronounced breakfast.
Breakfast. Right.
Breakfast, okay,
And
breakfast.
so, you know, you guys kind of created an environment here where I can kind of recreate, but we're not going to make breakfast.
Okay, we're not making
We're going to make a
breakfast.
salad.
An
which
autumn
can,
salad.
An autumn
autumn-
salad,
an autumn
yes, an
salad.
autumn salad.
Nice.
But that's, you know, an autumn salad can go for any meal. And I mean, don't be afraid to have salad for breakfast.
Yeah.
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 You know, people are like, hey,
It's
no,
healthy.
man, I can't have that. I can't do salad for breakfast. Yes, you can. You got to believe in yourself is the first thing. First and foremost, you got to believe. You got to believe.
Now, Rick, you probably don't have this in your own breakfast time, but check out our aerial camera.
Oh, there's Ariel.
Oh, man!
When you have an aerial camera, you have to use your hands like that.
You gotta be like,
look at this. Look at this lettuce. See, first of all, to get the lettuce started, a lot of people don't know, you got to just pound into this part right here. Boom, boom,
Really?
boom.
Wow.
And rip this middle
Wow.
part right out.
Rick, oh
Wait
my
a second, wait a
goodness.
second. Did not
That
know
was
that
like,
at all.
My mind just blew.
Yeah, and then you just rip it on
Rip
up.
it up.
No way.
Don't be afraid to rip the lettuce,
what I'm
people.
talking about.
That
Look
was
at how you pound and
amazing.
rip.
Pound and rip.
Man, you pounded the
How
hell out
many
of that
times I've never
Sounds
salad.
known
so
you had to do
violent.
that?
Can't wait to pound
That
something
looks so
myself.
Wow, Arthur.
freaking easy.
Yeah, see, and
Salad
lettuce
making.
might fly, but
Yeah.
hey, you just and you.
That's
look
it.
at
Boom.
look.
Look
And
at
already
that.
you have the base.
That's
now
your
I'm
base
gonna
right
need
there.
some help
Okay.
because
I'm here to help you.
there's a few utensils. See, I have the low budget morning show, which means I don't have all of these utensils.
Right.
Like this right here.
Yeah.
I don't even know what this is.
It's a peeler.
Well,
One
Why don't
side
you
is
peel-
for like soft, and then the
well,
other
why
is
don't
for
you show
hard.
us how to use
I
the
will
peeler?
show you. So
All
you
right.
take an apple and you take this one, not the serrated one, and you just go like this gently.
Fascinating.
Now look
Go
how
ahead and peel that
smooth.
apple.
That's a really smooth.
Now, Rick, what's
peel.
your favorite thing to eat for breakfast?
Oh man, I love to make omelets, but I also like to make hash. You know, I don't know if you guys know, I'm like a Weight Watchers guy.
Okay.
No, I didn't
Yeah,
know
I
that.
used to. I was a success story with Weight Watchers. I was in the magazine. I used to
Wow.
blog for them. So, like to me, you know,
Huh.
people talk about diets.
That's
Weight
amazing.
watching is a way of life, and it works. It can work for you if you work it.
Right.
You know, and so there's a hash that I make. It's potatoes, bacon, mushrooms, onions.
That sounds good.
Eggs on top, and you know you can throw in a few other things. You know, but
How about scallions?
scallions, totally fine.
Why
It's like
not, right?
most of the things that are in the hash are 0 points.
Ah,
Eggs are
it's
0
about the point
points.
thing.
All of the vegetables are 0 points. The
can
only
just go
things
crazy.
right. The only things that aren't 0 points are the potatoes. But you just measure out a decent amount of potatoes for yourself.
I
and,
don't understand the point thing.
I don't know if I can scientifically explain to you the points thing, but each food has a point value.
Right, like a calorie
And you get a certain
value.
amount of points per day that you can use.
Okay.
So you want to use fewer points.
All right.
You know, as few points as possible. Because you also want to save yourself an opportunity to be able to drink alcohol.
And how many points? How many points is like a beer? Like 10 points?
No.
So you just eat all of the like 0 to 1s all week, and then on the
Right.
weekend you go crazy. Like
Right, or you just
beer.
figure out. Also, you can activity will give you points. So walking, you know, exercise. I do a 7-minute workout during the show
No
at Mean
way.
Girls. I have
Wow.
enough downtime at one point in the show where I can do the 7-minute workout.
I'm
So
impressed.
what I'm also doing is I'm telling you this is I'm cutting up the
That's
apples to go
multitasking.
inside of.
That's so great.
You know, and it's like you make a choice as to how you want your apples to look. I want my apples to kind of look at that. I want to have little
Little chunks.
chunks of apple.
Easy to eat.
Easy apple
Because
chunks.
if it's too long, it's like you gotta shove it in your mouth and bite it down. It's
I know.
annoying.
That was very sexual.
It was very
Wow.
sexual.
You're
delicious.
shoving things down
Shoving
and
it in your
pounding. I
mouth.
did not.
Shoving it. But
You know.
you know what? Cooking is very sexual.
It kind of is because it's like smelling and tasting
It's
and
touching,
and
getting your
swallowing
hands
it.
all involved.
Yeah.
And
Tasting,
it's,
touch.
it's cleaning up after.
Taste, touch, feel.
That's right.
Cleaning up
It's
after.
cleaning and
Hear
touching
me
and
now.
swallowing and eating, and then
Oh, for those of you who are
cleanup.
wondering why does he break out into songs, I do have a condition called musical Tourette's.
Okay.
oh yeah.
Means that at any given moment something will inspire me to song, and that's
Really?
a part of my cooking experience is that I just break into song.
I love it.
So if you say something that, you say, I love it, I love LA, I love it. I mean, something will make
See,
me
I
sing
like
something.
that.
Even if I don't love LA, you put that in my head. You know, I cut the apple up real nice.
Look, great job.
You know, we grab it up with our hands.
Do it.
Sprinkle it in.
Do it.
Sprinkle me,
Oh, the
man.
sprinkle.
Now,
Sprinkle me,
while
man.
we're doing that,
Sprinkle me,
Tamara, do
sprinkle
we have
me, sprinkle
anyone
me, man.
talking to us on the Facebook Live? Because I understand
let's
Rick's
say
thing.
anybody
He
say
has lots of
hi.
people he chats with.
Yeah, there's some people. Hi. There's I don't know if we should say their names, per se.
Well, you can do initials. You can say, "Hey Jay."
Don't say their name per se.
Per
Is somebody
se.
named Percy on that? What's up,
Percy.
Percy?
What's up, Percy?
All right, see the cranberries, strawberries, raspberries,
Ooh.
cranberries.
We have.
Is that a
It's like
song?
It
candy.
looks delicious.
You know,
Look
I
at that.
wonder, I'm just looking at these ingredients, I wonder if a pumpkin and an orange bell pepper don't feel like color brothers.
Oh, because of the bright colors.
Yes.
I love
Well,
it.
they're
Color
both
brothers.
orange.
And do you know what? It seems
Which
very
is also the
autumn.
name of my new album, Color Brothers.
Color brothers.
Because you
Now-
want to eat the rainbow.
Now,
I do
ideally,
like
I would
Eat
love
the
to
rainbow.
be able to crunch and bust up these
yeah.
these nuts. I wish I had a nut buster. We
You
don't
want to
have a
crush
nut buster.
some nuts.
But so
You
you
can't
can
cut them and
choose.
slice them, maybe?
I mean, that sounds like a good way to cut a finger
Yeah,
off.
let's not
so
cut
let's
it.
just sprinkle them in. You
Sprinkle that
know,
in.
don't do anything in your kitchen that will make you have to go to the ER, because that will
True.
ruin a meal.
That
No,
would
I got a
ruin
thing for
meal.
croutons. We got croutons.
We
over
do
there,
have
too.
croutons. I was
That
gonna
is a
put those
staple
on
of my
last.
salad. What do you got on the internet there, Tamara?
Okay, say hi to Keith and
Hey,
Heather.
Keith.
Hi, guys.
All right, Keith, tuning in on the Facebook. Now, I understand, Rick, during your breakfast time, you are chatting with
Yes, I do. I talk with my friends. I take requests. A lot of people have their own song when they come in because, I get to know the people. And someone might say, hey man, I love Luther Vandross. So whenever they come on, I'll go, I wanna tell you, baby, the changes I've been going through. Missing you, listen you.
Oh my goodness.
Arthur, what song would you like to have, Arthur, when you come on?
Would you please sing Sophie B. Hawkins' Damn, I Wish I Were Your Lover?
No, see, what I would probably do for you, because you asked for a song like that, is I would decide that I don't know that. and I would sing a song that I chose for you. Like I would sing, when you get caught between the moon and New York City.
It may be best that you can.
And because your name
That
is
is
Arthur,
true.
and that's
Yes.
from the
Oh,
movie
Arthur,
Arthur.
right.
It's always a reason, though.
he's
I would like mine to be.
good.
I would like mine to be Phil Collins, Tonight.
Again.
Tonight, tonight. Oh,
But he's
I got some
pick it for
money
you.
in my pocket, about ready to burn. Don't remember where I got it. Gotta get it to you.
I'm loving
You need
it.
to come over to my house and cook, because my house is
Yeah.
so boring. It's just me going like, all right, I'll be right there. Like my kids in the bathroom. I'm like, I'll be right there.
You know,
Boring,
kids,
it's
and
boring.
kids love me. They were like, when's he coming back? When's Uncle Ricky coming back?
Well, you need to come over to my house.
All right.
Okay.
I will.
We'll arrange a play date.
Please let me know. I will bring. And I got kids. I will bring them all.
Yes.
So
that'd be
let's
so
check
much
out. Let's check out this
fun.
salad. How's this looking?
It's
in the-
looking
Oh,
mad
it's
colorful.
beautiful.
Oh, look at that! Eat the rainbow.
I just want you to know
So autumn.
you're my favorite girl. I know I'm supposed to be enlisting the help of my assistant.
No, you know
No,
what?
this is great.
I want to see your masterpiece. This is you at work. I want to see what you do.
Because Rick, I know you're busy. You're a busy guy. You got the Broadway show.
Yes.
You're running around doing your stand-up comedy.
Yep.
But you know, maybe it might be time for you to settle down at your own cooking show.
I would love to have my own cooking show.
That's a good idea.
If anybody's listening who can make that happen, I would love to have a show where I cook.
Yep.
I have interviews. I have characters who come and visit. You know.
That sounds a lot like a show I know.
Look what we're doing right now.
Yeah, it's kind of like.
We could just do this instead of Monkey News.
we're doing this right
do
now.
this every week.
I will change the format of Monkey News in a second to have Rick here every episode.
I mean, if y'all want to do a spinoff with me, I'll join the monkey family. You know,
that'd be so
and as a
awesome.
black man to be able to make peace with monkeys is a very wonderful thing.
Okay.
I feel like the relationship between black folks and monkeys has been strained, and it's neither the fault of black folks or monkeys.
Thank you.
You know?
Thank
It's like-
you. Can I get a thank
Right?
you over
Nobody.
here? Thank
yeah.
you.
So it's like as hey, monkey brother.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to say I came here to bridge the gap
Aw, that's
and
so
bring
nice.
monkeys and black folks
That's
together.
so awesome.
It's about damn time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rick.
Yeah,
Thank you
I'm
for
a giver.
that.
That's
Yeah,
what they
you
say
are
about
a
me out in these
giver.
streets. You know, they, you know.
What do they say about
They
you?
say a lot about me in the streets, and one of the things they say is, "Man, Rick bridges gaps. He's a giver.
He's a giver and he's a singer,
He's
Right.
a singer."
an actor,
You know,
and
not
producer.
myself, not being a monkey or a black man, I feel very hesitant to say anything in this conversation.
You actually look like maybe you need to do an ancestry DNA because you do look like you might have a little. I mean, your
Maybe.
nose looks very similar to mine. We might be
Really?
cousins.
Wow, could you imagine we found
It's like,
that
look
out?
at it.
And what is it, 23andMe?
I mean, and I'm just saying, if you find out we're related, please don't be upset about it. That's what I always hate is when white folks do the DNA and find out they got way more African in them and they mad about it. It's like it's pretty damn fun being a black guy. I just want you to know.
Can I add this croutons just
Yes.
for time's sake?
Please
We're
add the
gonna add some
croutons.
All
croutons.
right, let's put that on there. And look
Now,
at
as
the
you can
salad.
see, as I cut up the lettuce, it got a little moist over here, but
Right.
that's
Oh,
fine.
yeah,
Here's what we're gonna
that's
do.
what happens with tomatoes.
All right, let's get that tomato and that dressing
All
on
right.
there, and I'm
So
afraid
here we're gonna
have to
do. We're just
start
gonna
saying
go
goodbye.
ahead and add it all.
Oh, my
The
goodness.
lettuce and the moisture.
It's so refreshing
Oh, look at
looking.
that salad. It's
I want to
unreal.
eat that. We're gonna
Yeah.
try it.
Let's try to serve up some and make sure we get a little bit of everything in
Oh,
the
that's so awesome.
in your serving.
It looks so good.
Well, while you serve that up, let me give a quick thank you to Rick Younger
Yes.
for coming to do our first and very first cooking segment,
Make sure you get some
Cooking
cranberries
with
in there.
Rick Younger, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I'm so sorry to say it, but it's time for Plug-O-Rama.
Plug-O-Rama! 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 Plug-O-Rama!
Plug-O-Rama, ladies and gentlemen, with Rick Younger.
Yes, my comedy album, Fried Chicken and White Bread. Go pick that up. Available on iTunes, CD Baby, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere that music is streamed. Also, come see me in Mean Girls. And finally, make sure you're following me at Rick Younger on Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, Snapchat, YouTube.com/Rick Younger, YouTube.com/The Rick Younger Show, Facebook.com/Rick Younger page, CafePress.com/Rick Younger Show for wonderful Rick Younger Show memorabilia, or Google me. I'm the first 6 to 12 pages of Rick Younger on Google, and that way you can check me out on my low budget morning show.
Wow.
Yes.
Optimization.
I'm gonna buy something on Rick Younger's
I
merchandise.
am definitely. I want a Rick Younger t-shirt. Plug-O-Rama, Arthur.
Oh, I'd just like to plug all the made-for-TV movies that get so little attention, especially Rick's made-for-TV movie from 1994 called Camp Rock 7.
Oh, well, that was nice. That was a nice extra plug
Very
for
few
Rick.
people plug that for me.
Plug-O-Rama, Tamra.
I'm plugging our show, Monkey News Source.
That's what I'm talking about.
Tonight you're watching us, but if you happen to miss any part of it, you can watch it online, or you can watch it on Saturday at 2 or 8, simulcast as well. So if you're not by the TV and you're like, oh my gosh, it's Saturday, 2 and 8, just go on your phone and you can watch it live.
You can also check me out on Periscope, Face Tab, Belly Button,
You're just making that up.
Friendster.
Friendster. MySpace.
All right, so for Arthur and Tamra, everyone here at the White Plains Media Community, oh my fuck, yeah, I forget.
Oh, you're funny.
Just thank you guys for joining us. That's the Monkey News Source. I'm Gordon Goodall, and that's the whole rack of bananas.